daring band had freed the land from dragons and from Celts. The mighty three showed bravery and strength beneath their pelts. The mayor saved, the village paved, or rode straight out of town to see the three of merrily, with daughters' virtue sound. Woo! Thank you.
Come on, let's hear another one.
What kind of artist would I be to disappoint my loyal fans? Would you like a serious song, rich in alluring alliteration, or perhaps a rhyming verse that's both bawdy and gaudy? Or perhaps an omnipoetic poem that really snaps, crackles, and pops.
We want a tale of excitement.
And adventure.
And danger.
Oh, I have those in spades. Anyone have a request?
The Saga of the Frost Giants?
Too long.
The Ballad of Gunhild.
Too dull.
Beowulf!
Too long and dull.
Too long and dull. You wound me.
It's boring.
And dense. And that part about the dragon feels tacked on.
But Beowulf has monsters, and heroes, and violence, and heroic violence, and monsters' mothers, and heroic violence against monsters' mothers. What more could you ask for?
But do you know it?
Know it, my friend. I wrote it.
You wrote Beowulf.
I did. Better yet, I lived it.
You knew Beowulf?
I did.
Well, what was he like?
He was exactly as I described him in the tale, yet entirely different. He was noble, yet savage, courageous, yet careful. He was wise, yet ignorant beyond his years. He was fact and fiction so deeply interwoven that fact became fiction, and fiction became fact.
I don't get it.
We were traveling companions. Dare I say, we even became friends at the end.
So did he really fight monsters then?
There's no such thing as monsters.
Monsters are everywhere. They go by many names.
So the tale is really true then?
Truth, fiction, reality lies somewhere in the middle. But I can tell you that the true story of Beowulf is far more interesting than the one that I sung into history.
I don't believe you.
You believe what you think is true.
Then let's hear it.
You want to hear the true story of Beowulf?
Yeah!
Then grab another flagon, my friends, and I will regale you with a tale of men and women and monsters. An epic about a hero by the name of Beowulf. We were brought together by circumstance, Beowulf and I, traveling from village to village across the frozen lands of gnomes and trolls. Scandinavia. Life was difficult. We lived from hand to mouth. My hand, his mouth, depending on the kindness or naivete of strangers. One fateful morning, we crossed the sea to Denmark, the land of the Danes, arriving at a nameless village not found on any map. So that was the tale of Balkran the Ogre. He is a little bit dead, and we're a little bit older. But Beowulf, the future king, he did not emerge the same. The fight with Balkran had changed him. It changed the entire game. He once strode the world on ego. Words of him held sway. But blood on his hands, some shed by him, wiped those words away. The crowd still cheered, reveling around him. The people he saved began to surround him. But he thought of the fight, the act that had crowned him. He thought of the kill, and weariness ground him. Down to his knees he fell and he bowed. His collapse drew a quiet gasp from the crowd. But the warrior dug deep, a hero proud. He stood and raised his arms to the clouds and gave his immortal cry. I am Beowulf, the axe of man. I cannot be defeated. I am this land. Then he accepted their love and moved on.
Bravo, bravo.
There are two counts.
So what are you doing around these parts?
Why do you ask? We're the Coast Guard.
It's our job to watch out for raiders.
Dangerous raiders? Oh, I bring no danger. I'm a bard, a singer of songs, schooled in ancient lore and precise meter. It is my job to travel around and recount the tales and achievements of legendary heroes.
Like that Beowulf guy you were just singing about.
Too bad a hero like this Beowulf fellow doesn't really exist.
Yeah, I know, right?
But he does.
There's a real Beowulf?
Oh, but there is.
A real flesh and blood hero.
Oh, yes. Why? Are you in need of a hero?
Oh, well, kind of, but it's a really tall order.
Oh, Beowulf, he specializes in tall orders. The taller, the better. What's the matter? You've got a witch in the woods, bully bothering the village.
In a way.
Consider him gone. And Beowulf, he isn't picky about the work either. Like if you've got raccoons in your shed, done. Hornet nest under your front porch, piece of cake.
I don't know. It's pretty serious.
Yeah, does he have any experience, I don't know, fighting an ogre?
Young ogre. Definitely yes.
So he knows how to use a sword.
Oh yeah, long swords, short swords, two-handed swords, three-handed swords, you name it. He is a master.
So then he's strong like Thor?
Oh, he could squash Thor like a grape.
He must be the chosen one.
The gods have answered our prayers.
Maybe this one will live.
What was that?
He sounds terrific.
We would like to meet this Beowulf. He'll
Yes.
be right this way. He's just parking the boat now.
See, we really don't get a lot of heroes around here anymore.
That's because they've all been eaten alive.
Dude, what he means is they're all gone.
Right, gone. But this Beowulf guy sounds like he's exactly what we need.
We have an opportunity for him.
A unique opportunity, one of a kind.
I know what unique means.
We would reward him.
Reward. And gold.
And food, in abundance of both.
And gold and food, you say?
In abundance.
Well, you're in luck. Here he comes now. Biceps like boulders, muscles like iron. He heaves courage and justice across his broad shoulders. Legs like the trunks of trees. Sculpted calves, sculpted knees. Beowulf, great Geet, the axe of man.
Oh, good gods, that's a steep hill. Oh, hey, Bard, how about helping me with the luggage next time?
There he is, Beowulf, the great hero. Look at those shoulders.
Oh, how strong, how magnificent.
A man among men.
Oh.
Or maybe not.
I thought he'd be, like, big.
Yeah, he does. He looks just a little bit unhealthy, doesn't he?
Beowulf, this is the Coast Guard. The Coast Guard, meet Beowulf. Beowulf of the Geet clan.
Hello, Norseman.
Hello.
Beowulf, these fine fellows are in need of some assistance in
Oh,
the village.
Really?
Well, we're looking for someone, well, how do I say this?
In shape.
What's that supposed to mean?
He's stronger than he looks. Like he may look like some cheaply made scarecrow, but underneath, solid muscle. In fact, I saw him wrestle a bear once.
Was the bear going after his dessert?
Now, see here.
So let me get this straight. You fought an ogre before, right?
An ogre. Oh, I sure have. Kicked him in the rump and sent him on his way. I did. I'm stronger than I look.
Then tear out that tree stump over there.
Oh, I could easily, but I just carried the luggage up that hill. It's a really steep hill. Look at it.
Uh-huh.
Thor could tear out that tree stump.
I never said I was bloody Thor now, did I?
Give us a minute. You know, I have just a sneaking suspicion that I don't think he's the chosen one.
God, Anita. I better get started on that grave.
Hold on. He might make a sport out of it.
True. King?
King, we have discussed it, and we have decided that you should meet the king.
The king.
King Hrothgar.
You're in his kingdom. He may have need of you.
We'll be right back.
Did you hear that, Bard? We're going to meet a king. What's wrong?
Would it kill you to do a few push-ups every now and then?
What's the matter? Didn't you hear what he said? King Hrothgar might have need of us. What was that part about an ogre, anyway?
I don't know. Probably just some hairy drunk guy passed out in a bar or something.
Yeah, that doesn't sound too bad.
Don't get your hopes up. He'll just want us to muck out the royal latrines next.
I'll muck out anything for a bit of bread and soup these days. What a god-forsaken place this is. I just want to go home.
But you can't go home, remember? Not until you're a hero. Your father's orders.
My father. What kind of father kicks his son out of the kingdom and tells him not to come back until he's a hero?
You're right. You'd expect more from a Viking king.
And besides, I've done heroic things.
Like what?
I gave that beggar a copper coin last week.
That was charitable, but not heroic, and not enough for your father.
I held the door open for that old man the other day.
That was polite, but not heroic, and definitely not enough to put into a song.
Ooh, what about that old lady? Gutters don't clean themselves, you know.
That was helpful, but not heroic, and still definitely not enough for your father.
Just you wait, Bard. I'm going to be a hero, and then we'll go home.
And you're going to do that how?
By following the heroic code. Courage, honor, and loyalty.
How many of those have you checked off the list so far?
0. But I've decided to maintain a positive attitude.
That'll really help. Now, have you seen my notebook anywhere?
Oh, it's in one of the bags.
Lesson 1, the creation of the cosmos, or how we all ended up here in the first place. In the beginning, before there was earth and sky, before there was sun and moon, there was only a yawning abyss.
And my sword! Ha!
On the one side lay the land of elemental fire, and on the other, the land of elemental ice. The fire and the ice met, and the first drop fell into the abyss.
Into the abyss of thee, yeah!
And in the abyss slept the first man and woman.
Wake up and fight, shot!
My lady, must I remind you, as your tutor, why it is important for a princess...
Warrior princess.
I beg your pardon. Must I remind you why it is important for a warrior princess to know the history of the land she is to rule? And it's not just history either. A princess must be well versed in such things as etiquette, child rearing, and cutlery.
This is stupid. I'm a warrior. Do you make the male nobles learn history?
Well, no, they learn how to fight.
Exactly. So if I'm to be a warrior, I must train like warriors too. And you know what that means.
Surely you don't mean...
That's right. I want to spar. Prepare for combat.
My lady, if your father ever found out, well, they had to reattach my ear after the last time. Why don't we go back to the
Stand still. Now, the way to become a warrior is to stare death in the eyes and know that someday you will die. And today might be that day. On my command, have me with your blade. Attack! True warrior gives no quarter to your enemy. With slay without pity or remorse. So prepare to meet your end! Oh, I'm being summoned. Good work today. We'll do this again tomorrow.
I really need to find a new line of work.
Did you see that?
See what?
Her! A female warrior. She did some of this, and then some of that, and then some more of this.
Have you eaten anything today? No, leave me alone. I need to write another poem about your epic bravery.
I'm sorry you have to keep making up poems about me. I don't like cleaning out chamber pots any more than you do.
These hands, they weren't meant to clean chamber pots, Beowulf. These hands make music. They strum lutes and finger flutes. They write sweet sonnets that move the heart and spirit.
Can I hear one?
No,
Why not?
because of it written in it. That's why. Every time I sit down to write, I draw a blank. It's like what do you call it?
Writer's block?
See? Think of it, Beowulf. I used to compose verses for kings. My words, they had the power to kindle romance and incite war. But now I compete for an audience in the marketplace with a juggler and a dancing bear.
That bear is incredible.
But just you wait. Someday, I'm going to write the great pagan story. If the muse hadn't left me, it left me the day I fired from my position as poet emeritus. Poof, gone, just like that. Your father never was too crazy about my poems anyway.
Yeah, he isn't into dramatic poetry. He likes poems with lots of explosions.
But someday, I'm going to be famous. Everybody's going to know my name. I'm going to write the best story. It'll be a bestseller. But until then, I guess I'll travel around with you.
At least we'll get to hang out together.
We're not hanging out, buddy. We're stuck together. But someday, I'm going to be famous. Everybody's going to know my name. Then I won't have to travel across this godforsaken place and literally sing for my supper anymore.
Announcing King Hrothgar, descendant of the great King Shield Chieftain and current King of the Danes, and his daughter, Princess Gunborg. Warrior Princess Gunborg. And Beowulf of the, what clan did you say you were from?
Geats.
Beowulf of the Beats.
No, Geats, Geats.
And his faithful bard, Bard.
That's Beowulf. He's a bit, scrawny, isn't he? Greetings, heroes.
My lord. King.
So you are the two warriors that the gods have sent us in our hour of need?
Needs come in many shapes and sizes, my lord. What is yours?
I won't lie. These have been hard and trying times. A horrible darkness brings death and destruction to our very doorstep. What we require of you requires great...
Let me out of father so you can taste the cold steel of Midgard.
What are you doing? Put that thing away before you hurt someone. I apologize. My daughter's a bit, hot-tempered. Now then, where was I? Ah, yes. An awful, horrible creature has crept up from the swamplands. A beast so
I'll
awful.
smite the beast down with the cold steel of Midgard.
What are you doing? Put that thing away before you poke someone's eye out. Now then, where was I? Ah, yes. An awful plague has washed up from the fire.
Don't here with the cold steel of Midgard.
Gunborg, what are you doing? I'm trying to have a conversation here.
Just give me a chance, brother. I can slay the beast.
No, Gunborg. I've lost too many brothers, cousins, and nephews to this vile villain. I won't put someone else that I care about in harm's way. Now let me put someone that I don't care about in harm's way. Oh, yes, I'm glad you guys are in.
We never said anything about...
Come to Harrod Hall for a feast. I'll explain more of that. I'm glad you guys are on board. I'll see you then.
What was that?
I need time to think. Give me a minute.
What's wrong with your friend? He looks worried.
Oh, he's a thinker, a poet. He always has that look on his face when he's trying to rhyme.
Is his poetry any good?
Oh, it's completely incomprehensible. So it must be good. By the way, I saw you sparring with your tutor earlier today. You really gave him what for.
It wasn't anything. They don't take my training seriously. Nobody does, actually. They all think I'm too aggressive and bossy.
You don't say. But your father must be proud.
He humors me. He has decreed that the male warriors train every day. And you don't have to learn about dumb things like rhetoric and math. I want to show him I belong.
You sure look like you belong to me.
What about you?
What about me?
Are you any good? With a sword, I mean.
Oh.
How many have you killed in a single battle?
Well, that's hard to say.
6. That's how many I've killed. 7 if you count the donkey. been in my family for generations. My great-great-great-grandfather was the first to use it in battle. He had just some time to pull it out of his scabbard before he was shot out of his saddle. Heroically, of course.
Of course.
Since then, 14 family members have died in battle without the sword tasting blood even once. Do you know what that means?
Yes, the sword is cursed.
No, it means I'm destined to save the hall.
I'm not sure I follow.
The sword must be used to do something great. Don't you see? If it's used for anything else, the sword holder dies.
So you want to do great things.
I would if I ever got the chance.
So you seek adventure.
I seek my destiny, but my father's decree stands between me and it.
You know, I think we have more in common than you think.
How so?
We both live in our father's shadows. My father is a wise and noble lord too. He taught me that in order to be a hero, you have to live by the heroic code. Courage, honor, and loyalty.
He sounds like a great man. A real hero faces danger head on.
Everyone always expects me to be as great as him. But sometimes, I think my destiny is to walk through the glen at sunset and to listen to the sounds of the approaching night, to gaze up at the stars and ponder what mysteries they hold. What about you?
I see myself charging into the enemy, hacking off their limbs with my sword, hearing them cry out to their gods as I crush them underfoot. Then I die a heroic death so I can pound meat in the heavenly halls of Valhalla.
See, we're totally alike.
You're different from other warriors, Beowulf. You're the real deal.
We need to talk.
What a woman! Oh, Gunborg, Gunborg. Oh, Gunborg, have you ever heard a sweeter name?
Yeah, it really just rolls off the back of the throat.
Oh. Her name is like honey on the tongue. What words would you use to describe her, Bard? Beautiful,
Fanatic,
incredible,
unpredictable,
independent.
loony. Listen, I've been thinking it over and we've got to get out of here.
Wait, but what about the food and the gold?
I don't know. Something is rotten in the state of Denmark. Doesn't it seem off to you?
No, it's like you said, it's probably just some drunk guy passed out in a bar. They need Beowulf.
No. They need the idea of Beowulf. Muscles like iron, biceps like boulders. They need the guy from the stories. You're not that guy, remember? You don't even like violence.
I'm allergic to violence. But let's hear him out. How bad can it be?
It's awful.
It's worse than you think.
Every night, the hall is a river of blood. It's like a slaughterhouse.
A charnel pit.
The women mourn nightly for their fallen men, and those men drown in the blood of their brothers.
Every night, we bury the dead.
Well, what's left of them?
Like I said, how bad can it be?
Welcome, heroes.
It's quite a place you have here.
I call it Harrod Hall. It's part throne room, heart community center. A place for my warriors to gather together for warmth and drink. A place to feel safe.
Question?
Yes?
Are those blood stains?
No. That's where I spilled some wine. Now that much bigger, darker stain over there is a blood stain. And there's one, there too. And, there.
And there's another one over there, by the door, near the claw marks.
Oh boy, I'm feeling sick. Is the room spinning?
Beowulf, are you okay? You look pale.
No, I'm fine. It was probably just some bad herring.
Ah, there you are. My friends, let me introduce Asher, my most trusted advisor, and Unter, a noble lord. In fact, Unferth is also helping us expand Harrod Hall into the swamp.
That's Beowulf? Doesn't look that tough to me.
Oh, Unfair. Beowulf's a real warrior. Tell him, Beowulf.
I'm a real warrior.
See?
No one's ever fought the ogre and lived. What makes you think you're so different?
Because I've fought things way tougher than ogres.
Sure you have.
I have. Why haven't you fought the ogre?
Because I've been busy.
Sure you have.
I have. I've done great things, super great things. Greater things than you have.
Oh yeah? Like what?
I swam the Bering Sea.
So did I. In armor.
I can lift a boar over my head.
I can lift a cow over my head with one hand.
I can catch arrows out of the air using only my right hand.
I can catch arrows out of the air using only my right foot.
What? That doesn't even make sense. Why is he here?
Enough! Unfair obviously found the right man for the job. And please treat our honored guests with some respect. They traveled a long way to right these wrongs that threaten our land.
My lord, if I may, there's a great beast on its way to kill us all, so could we...
Excellent advice, advisor. Let's get down to business. Now then, our troubles began soon after this mead hall was built. During the day, all was peaceful, but at night, a dark presence prowled just past the bonfires, watching, waiting, and brooding. Then, when Unfit began his work in the swamp, the attacks began.
I'm draining the swamp to build some tennis courts. Have you ever played? Marvelous game. But anyways, I don't like the swamps. They're ugly and they smell funny.
I think swamps are good for the environment.
I said I think they're ugly and they smell funny. My problem is the mighty cypress tree.
It's the oldest and biggest tree in the swamp. It has a trunk nearly 20 feet around, and its roots are deep and tangled.
The trunk seems impervious to my cutter's axes. Even my mighty sword hunting does little damage. But once I have that cleared, I will be able to build the final piece that will make my tennis courts complete and operational. A concession stand. We'll sell sweets, cakes, and festive nuts. Nuts? You don't know the half of it.
No, thank you.
In any event, my men have labored against that tree for 10 long years. Work would go fast if it weren't for that ogre.
And by ogre, you mean?
An 800-pound hideous man-beast with a wicked backswing.
Wait, you mean a real ogre?
Oh.
Beowulf, are you okay? You look like you're gonna be sick.
Do I look pale to you?
Will you pull yourself together? My lord, when you had said ogre, we thought you meant like a big, ugly dude, maybe with a bowl cut or something.
Oh no, this ogre is very real and very mean. The vile villain's name is Grendel.
Villain?
Every night, for the past 12 years, this Grendel has attacked our hall. And every night, our noble warriors have fought him without success. This Grendel has killed our warriors and loved ones. Heroes all.
Heroes, you said.
I won't lie, these have been hard years. Every night we pray and pray to the gods to send us a warrior to defeat Grendel in single combat. And to rid this kingdom of its evil. But the gods have finally answered our prayers. That hero is you, Beowulf.
Yeah. Just out of curiosity, how many heroes have tried and died before me?
4,411. Ah, right. Yes, I forgot about Randy. 4,412.
A question.
Yes?
Let's say that for argument's sake, somebody was looking at this situation from a literary standpoint. This Grendel character, now, he'd be the antagonist. So the protagonist would be
Beowulf.
Right. And the meat hall being attacked every night for the past 12 years? I'd call that backstory.
Correct.
What are
Yes.
you doing?
Right. So the main conflict would be that Beowulf must fight and defeat Grendel.
Yes. Mind you, this is an external conflict we're discussing here, as opposed to an internal conflict.
Right. The internal conflict is psychological. It's in Beowulf's head.
Exactly. In this case, the internal conflict might be between Beowulf's sense of doing what is right versus the sheer terror he must feel, knowing that he's about to be torn limb from limb and eaten by this horrible creature.
And wondering if the pain will be excruciating or merely unbearable.
Exactly.
I like that.
Father, let me stay here with Beowulf. Together we can slay the creature.
Gunport. Your place is beside me. Or more precisely, 1 or 2 paces behind me. Or beside me. Beside me's good too.
No, Gunborg. Unfriend is right. We don't want to get in the way of our hero's destiny. Well, Beowulf, what do you say? Will you help us in our time of need?
I really
We don't think that we could turn down such a wonderful opportunity. In fact, Beowulf here will fight the ogre unarmed.
Oh, my.
I'll do what?
That's very brave of you, Beowulf. I don't know what to say.
I can think of a few things.
You are truly a man among men, Beowulf. May your courage be strong and your aim be true. Godspeed, my boy. Let's be off.
Oh, when you die, try not to get any blood on the new rug.
You must take really good care of this sword. It hardly looks used at all. Good luck, Beowulf. I believe in you.
I won't let you down. Let's get out of here.
What? But no, we can't leave. I finally have my epic.
Your what?
My epic, my story. Think of it, Beowulf. The muse can now return in all its thrilling glory. I have my characters, my backstory, my conflict. It's all right here.
I don't know if you were paying attention, but there's an 800-pound Hades man-beast on its way to rip off my head. And because of you, I'm going to be fighting it unarmed.
Go on.
I'm going to die.
That's what makes it so epic.
My father told me to come back a hero. Awkward words, come back. A dead hero doesn't come back.
But no, you can't leave. I need to know the rising action and the climax. What's my story's resolution?
I don't know, you're a writer. Use your imagination.
Just think of it, Beowulf. This story will be passed down from generation to generation, giving me the immortality most writers could only dream of. Someday it may even enchant millions of students in high school English classes.
You're out of your mind.
I even have a working title. The Death of Beowulf.
I'll see you around.
But what about Gumborg?
But what about her?
You promised her that you would defeat Grendel.
I know what I said, but come on.
That's not very heroic. And you yourself told me that you wanted to live by the heroic code. Courage, honor, and loyalty. And the way you meet the heroic code is by doing heroic things.
But isn't there something else I can do? Isn't there some cat stuck in a tree or some old lady who needs help crossing a fjord?
I'm talking about real heroic things. The kind of heroic things people will sing about long after you're dead.
Like after fighting an ogre.
Like after fighting an ogre.
Oh no, he's here.
That's my cue. Good luck.
But you're leaving?
Well, of course.
You mean I have to fight this thing on my own?
Well, yeah.
But
Good Lord.
oh, he's getting closer. You can't leave me.
I have to. This story won't write itself, you know.
But what should I do?
I don't know, bob and weave.
That's your advice?
Maybe his sword arm will get tired from hacking you to pieces.
No.
Good luck. I better skedaddle.
No, take me with you. Dear gods and my fathers, I know it's been a long time since we last talked, but come to me now in my time of need, and give me the strength I need to defeat this ogre. What am I talking about? This is nuts. I don't want to die!
They're building tennis courts. I hear it's a marvelous game.
Do you play tennis? They cut down Brenda's pole! They tried to cut down special cypress tree.
Did you tell them to stop? You can get a lot done by talking civilly.
Brenda tried. Long time ago, Brenda even baked brownies for Dane. Then, I was about to knock on the door when I peek in the window and see Danes sleeping, nice and peaceful. And
then what?
Nothing.
What?
Forget Grendel said anything.
Come on, Grendel, you can tell me.
Oh, snuck into the hole and ate 30 of them.
Grendel!
Grendel, no. But Grendel has sweet tooth.
But you couldn't stop it eating just 30, could you?
Pointed to Danes, and Danes are crunchy and gooey inside. Grendel promised to limit himself to 1 Dane per day.
How considerate.
Enough! Scrawny Dane! Try to get Grendel to talk about giant so he doesn't eat you! Any last words before
Please,
you die?
let me make peace to the gods.
Grendel, think! That okay? Yeah. Oh, come on. Getting eaten, not so bad. Nuts? Scrawny Jane wants some nuts?
No, thank you. I'm allergic. It's awful. First, my throat tightens up, and I have trouble breathing. Then I feel a strange itching sensation around my mouth and loins. This is followed by an intense vertigo and bright, flashing lights. And then I start to lose control of my limbs, one at a time. First, it's my left arm, and then my right, then back to my left, and then my legs give out, and then my eyesight goes. And then, suddenly, it all comes back. At this point, my limbs are feeling so heavy. It's like my arm just wants to fall off. Your arm, what did you do? You like peanuts. Peanuts are your favorite. You want more peanuts. I'm not sure if they have any more. Oh, you ate a peanut. Okay. Your neck is hurting. Your throat is hurting. You're having trouble coughing, breathing, sneezing. You're having trouble breathing. Oh, you're having trouble breathing. Okay, guess what I'm doing now. You're having trouble breathing because you want more peanuts. Oh, you're having trouble breathing because you ate a peanut.
What?
Oh, yeah. You forgot your arm.
His eye was loose. It dangled free. The monster gnawed on his mangled knee. The brains once placed within his head gave fodder now to a flower bed. His arms and entrails covered the ground. His manhood into goo. Holy Loki, you're alive?
No way!
Wait, Odin's eye? You live? How is this possible? Hold, my lord. Are we really to believe that Beowulf defeated Grendel? There must be some sort of sorcery at work here. Speak, apparition, speak!
Beowulf, is it really you?
It can't be.
I can't believe you're alive.
Neither can I.
Why doesn't he say anything?
Maybe he has a fatal wound? He must be in shock.
So am I.
Grendel's dead.
Dead?
Did you hear that, brother? Grendel's dead.
So, how did you do it, boy? Did you smell smite him with your mighty fist?
Did you send him crashing down into hell with a powerful blow?
Oh, I'd have loved to have seen that.
So would I.
So, how did you do it?
Oh, well, I did some of this, and then some of that, and then some more of this, and, yeah, we started fighting and wrestling and crashing all over the meat hall, and then we locked arms, and then...
And then you tore off his arm.
I tore off his arm!
You what?
His arm, look at it! What a mighty arm!
Hold, my liege. Are we really supposed to believe it? That this geek did something no other warrior before him was able to do.
Sounds like someone is jealous.
I'm not jealous! I have eyes and a brain. Did you really tear off his arm?
It sure looks that way.
That's unbelievable.
You're telling me.
If you killed Grendel, where's his body?
Oh, he ran out the door. He must have died somewhere in the swamp.
Wonderful, my boy, wonderful. This calls for some rejoicing. Loud music, much drinking, and reckless reveling.
We'll need some ice.
Excellent counsel, counselor. And unfair. Now that the ogre is gone, you may continue your work in the swamp.
Joy of the day. Wait, my nuts.
We will have a feast to end all feasts. All because of you, Beowulf.
My lord, could you give us a minute? Hey, can I talk to you?
How could you?
What did I do?
You lived! That's what you did! My epic was all but finished. And you had to go and ruin it. From limb, his body was torn. From late at night till the light of the morn. With mangled scream and bloody gore, our hero Beowulf was no more. You have to admit, that's pretty good. And you ruined it.
Couldn't you write a story with a happy ending for once?
You want me to write a comedy? What kind of pandering hack do you take me for?
But I'm a hero!
Really?
Yes.
Did you really kill Grendel?
Yes.
And you're not lying to me, are you?
No.
I knew you could do it, Beowulf. Nobody else believed in you, but I did.
Thanks, Gunborg.
I have to admit, I'm a little disappointed. I really thought this was my chance to prove myself. But I guess my sword is destined to be used for something else.
Don't worry, I'm sure you'll get your chance.
Courage, honor, and loyalty. You're a real hero, Beowulf.
Gunborg,
Yes?
save a seat for me at the feast.
You'll have a seat of honor.
Everyone, let us go celebrate Beowulf's heroic deed. And as a remembrance of this extraordinary day, we will place Grendel's arm in a place of honor as proof of Beowulf's bravery. Let's be off, everyone! peanuts.
I don't remember there being a Gunborg either.
Oh, what can I say? My story's changed many times as it's been passed down generation from generation. But this is the story that you needed to hear now.
So, let's hear it. Let's hear the rest of the story.
Does Beowulf get eaten alive?
Tell us!
Well, I would, but you see, my throat's rather parched.
If you think you're getting another coin from us, think again.
Well, then I guess I shall have to continue my story when I return. In a couple of months.
A couple of months?
But you can't leave now. You're in the middle of a story.
Well, I would continue, but you see, my throat.
All right, all right.
Ah, very good. But I also feel rather faint. I shall need some sustenance if I am to continue.
Sustenance?
He wants us to buy him dinner.
That may buy an appetizer.
Does anyone else have any money?
Here.
Ah, very good. I am revived by your generosity, and I shall continue my tale. But first, the muse demands that I quench my thirst and get some nourishment. So I shall return in a little while and continue my tale of the death-defying adventure and romance of Beowulf. have you tried the mutton here?
Can't afford it.
It was scrumptious, especially paired with this wine.
Can we please get on with the story?
Yes, I want to find out what happened.
All right. Just let me remember where I left off. So, I told you how Beowulf defeated Grendel, right?
Right, with a peanut.
And how Unfred was going to build tennis courts.
Not a fan of his, I must confess.
And how we all treated Beowulf like a hero.
He did stand up to the ogre. You have to give him credit for that.
And as how we were all leaving for the feast, we heard a mighty roar.
Oh, that's right.
Roar!
What was it?
Well, this is where our story gets interesting. For we have reached the midpoint of the tale, and begin the thrilling climb to the climax, where our hero's soul shall be laid bare.
Oh, get on
and
with it.
Come
We
on!
haven't got all night.
All right. So, as we all left for the magnificent feast in Beowulf's honor, little did we know Grendel was not the only monster in the swamp. There's a far worse beast, a far more terrible villain, a creature so awful and hideous, it makes me shudder to think of. His mother. And this creature would soon claim her first victim.
Don't mind me, just grabbing some more chairs. Second ogre!
Asher, what's taking you so long? The legends must be true. Almighty gods, fill me with the strength as I go out to hunt the second ogre. Guide the sword of my forefathers and help me to fulfill my destiny, to achieve greatness and become a warrior in my own right. And if I should die, let it be swift and clean and totally awesome.
Gunvor? Oh no.
There you are, my boy. You're missing the feast.
Oh no, we wouldn't want that.
The Danes are having a competition of who could fit an entire boar's head in their mouth. What's wrong?
It's a letter from Gunvor.
What does it say?
Dearest honorable father and Beowulf the Ogre Slayer.
What about me? Does it say anything about me?
The most wonderful thing has happened. There's a second ogre in the swamp.
A second ogre? It must be worse than the first.
Heaven help us, we must be cursed.
This is the opportunity that I've been looking for ever since I was a little girl. The chance to prove myself in battle against terrible odds. So I followed your heroic example, Beowulf, and taken Midgard to hunt down and slay the ogre in its lair. Oh boy.
But Gunborg's not a real warrior.
I am a real warrior.
She hasn't been properly trained.
I've been training for this moment my entire life.
But she's never fought against anything as monstrous as an ogre before.
True, but I can't pass up this opportunity of a lifetime. Seriously, that's what it says. Do not weep for me, Father. Know that I am pursuing my heroic destiny. And Beowulf, thank you for showing me how a true hero reacts to danger, with courage, honor, and loyalty.
Courage, honor, and what? What kind of rubbish is that?
Know that if I die, I will be welcomed by the loving arms of the 4,412 warriors who came before me. Your loving daughter, warrior Princess Gunvor. Warrior spelled in all caps. Oh, P.S. I think Asher is dead.
Oh, Gunvor and Asher? What a lousy day! Why do the gods continue to pile on us with their misfortunes?
Not only that, what about my tennis courts? Game, set, match.
This must mean that the legends are true. The second ogre is Grendel's mother. She must have come to take revenge for the death of her son.
Wait, you knew there might have been a second ogre, and you just didn't bother telling us.
It didn't seem relevant?
And how does it seem now?
What are we gonna do?
We have to hunt down Grendel's mother and save Gunvor.
And who's gonna do that?
Beowulf.
Beowulf?
Beowulf.
Whoa. How about we get all the warriors together? We can get some pitchforks and some torches, and we can all go down to the swamp in one big angry mob.
But
What do you guys say?
you are the chosen one. The gods sent you to fight an ogre.
Oh, right. Did you hear what you said? The gods sent me to fight an ogre. That's one ogre, not ogre.
Well, you already defeated Grendel.
Right. One ogre, not ogres.
What's wrong, Beowulf? Are you scared of another big, bad ogre?
No, but there's only so many ogres in the world. I don't want to hog them.
What's another ogre?
Can I talk to you? Would you excuse us? This is funny. You're going to laugh when I tell you this, but remember how I told you how I defeated Grendel?
Yes.
Well, it didn't really go like that.
You didn't defeat Grendel?
Well, not really.
You didn't tear off his arm?
Not exactly.
Didn't the two of you fight at least?
Well, no.
Well, then what did you do?
We talked.
You talked?
We talked.
Talk?
We've been over this.
Well, how did he die then?
Nuts.
Nuts?
Nuts. It caused his arm to fall off.
Let me get this straight. You're telling me that my heroic epic ends with, instead of you bravely slaying the monster, he dies because of a peanut allergy? Come here, you little...
Get off of me!
Have you made your decision, brave Beowulf?
In a minute, would you get a hold of yourself?
I knew it was too good to be true. I knew you tearing off Grendel's arm couldn't have happened.
You saw the looks on their faces. What was I going to do? Lie to them?
We've been lying to them this entire time.
I know. So what do I do?
There's only one thing for you to do.
You're right. I'll get the bags, climb out the window, and meet you at the front door.
Beowulf.
I know. I have to be a hero and save Gunvor. But how am I supposed to kill the second ogre when I didn't even kill the first one?
Have you decided, Beowulf?
Anon! These Vikings, you'd think they'd be a bit more patient.
You wanted to live by the heroic code.
I know what I said,
Courage, honor, and loyalty.
which are all wonderful things.
And you want to go home.
I do want to go home.
Well, I must admit, there is a silver lining to all this. You see, when I first learned you had defeated Grendel, I thought my week was ruined. But now that there's a second ogre, it gives you a chance to die and give my story the oomph it really needs.
What? Can I tell you how sick I am of your stupid epic?
Beowulf?
Come be my leash.
Courage, honor, and loyalty.
Got it.
Hold!
I know.
Die and save my story!
Shut up now. I have decided. I will hunt down Pendle's mother and see.
What was that?
Oh, I said I will hunt down Pendle's.
I didn't catch that. Did you catch that?
No. I said I will hunt down Rendell's mother and save Gunborg.
Excellent, my boy. I knew you wouldn't let us down.
So the beat has a spine after all. Do you know the area? Let me answer that for you. No, you don't. Spent decades studying the swamp. I know when the bog water is safe and when it to drink and when it isn't. I can differentiate a poisonous plant from an edible one using only my ears. I can sense danger seconds, minutes, even months before it happens. And besides, no creature in the swamp can match the cold steel of my sword, grunting.
Excellent points, Unfair. Beowulf, take him with you.
What? No, why me? What did I do?
You just proved to me that Beowulf needs you.
No, he doesn't. Besides, I have a concession stand to build, order to build, paint swatches to compare.
He's right. We don't need this guy. This is something Beowulf can do all by himself.
What are you saying?
Well, I'm saying that I don't think you're up to this. And frankly, we don't want you around.
Are you calling? You're calling me a cow?
Oh, no. I'm calling you a jerk.
My boy. I'm changing my mind. I would like to accompany Beowulf and his irritating bard to watch them try and defeat the Grendel's mother firsthand.
Great.
And when they fail, I will use my sword, Grunting, to finally strike down the villain once and for all. The ancient blade has never failed the warrior who's used it.
My lord, if you would just listen.
Beowulf, I have made my decision. Unfair is right. He's familiar with the surrounding woods, and the two of you have a better chance of defeating Grendel's mother together than one of you fighting her alone.
I understand. So, where are we going anyway?
Grendel lives in a mere a few miles from here, near the mighty cypress. The mother must live there too.
That doesn't sound too bad.
It's a swampy lagoon full of stagnant water where thirsty animals would rather die than drink from its putrid waters.
Oh, gross.
I'm just getting started.
The banks are a maze of tree roots where all kinds of slimy and slithering creatures have made their home.
By day, a dense fog covers the waters, smelling of rotten eggs.
But at night, something even worse happens. The water burns.
Are you kidding me?
And to reach the ogre's lair, one must dive into its fiery waters and swim to its murky depths.
But what you'll find there, no one knows.
This way, Beowulf will be passing your ship along the way. By the way, I wouldn't judge you if you jumped in and rode away. Who am I kidding? Of course I'd judge you. But I wouldn't blame you, because otherwise, you're gonna die.
I hate that guy.
My lord, I am sorry for what happened to Gunborg and the sheriff. You have my most solemn vow that I will do my best to either save them or avenge them. I don't know if I'll succeed, but I will do my best.
Thank you, my son. And Godspeed.
Ready?
Whiskers on a Ken's face take me to a happy place. Did you hear that, Beowulf?
Sorry, it happens when I get nervous.
No! Whiskers on a Ken's face take me to a happy place. That right there!
That was a poem.
A couplet, to be more precise. A weather of weapons shall rise in the east. Steel and fire, Valhalla's feast. Do you know what this means, Beowulf?
You finally gone insane.
No! It means the muse has come back to me. My writer's block is finally gone. Swords and maces end with death. Words can do the same with breath. Holy cow, that was good.
I wonder why it's happening now.
Don't you see? My writer's block must have been caused by your failings and inadequacies as a human being. But now that you're finally acting like a hero, the muse can come back to me. My writer's block is gone.
That's really great, Bard. I'm so glad to hear you. I'm so glad to hear about it, but you should tell me more later. Right now, I'm going to go die.
Come to me, my muse, and fill this lowly vessel with your rhymes and words. Joy is worth a hardship or two. Better yet, if the joy is not for you. I gotta write this stuff down.
Look at what they did to him! Our son! Look at what they did to him! Our boy! Sired in the clan of Cain! Born, not as the world thought, a hideous, angry beast, but a child like any other! Crying for his mother when hungry for the breast or fearful of the dark. A child
trees above. Their embrace a grip of death, not love. Foul odors rise from murky pools. Rot fills the lungs of trespassing fools. Branches claw at the nightmare sky. Shadows trick the foot and eye. Insects crawl across the path ahead. And there on the ground, it's a sheriff's head.
Oh, yuck. His head must have been left as a warning. Those who wish to enter the ogre's lair.
It's working.
What are we supposed to do, bury it?
The bloody trails lead straight into the water. She must have taken the rest of the body with her.
Oh, boy. Its eyes are following me.
Don't look at them. So what do we do?
Well, someone should jump in and scout out the ogre's lair.
Yeah. Oh, guess I'll do it.
Beowulf!
No, Bard. Don't try to stop me. I need to do this.
I wasn't going to try to stop you. I'm going to write a play-by-play summary of what happened to you. You know, for posterity's sake. Your family's gonna want to know what happened to the body.
Right.
So are you ready?
Ready.
Go! Leaping, charging, swinging into battle. Beowulf drives his enemies like cattle. But now he stands at water's edge, remembering Gumborg, remembering his pledge. His leg muzzles coil beneath his skin. He takes a deep breath as he prepares to dive in. He leaps, a vision of heroic fury. He holds his breath as he swims down towards his foes, down deep towards the lair of the fiend, who will chop off his head and eat up his spleen.
Just give me a minute.
Beowulf, is that you?
Gunborg, you're alive.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I was just about to jump into the mirror and scout out the ogre's lair.
And I was right behind him.
Why? There's a side entrance over there. Just take the stairs, make a left, and it's right past the billiard room. If you see the swimming pool, you've gone too far.
Did you see any tennis courts? Just like ogres build tennis courts.
But I was coming to save you.
Save me, I can take care of myself, thank you very much.
I know, but
Have you seen the ogre's mother anywhere?
No, but I've been scouting the lair. Once I realized that there was a second ogre, and I took a share. I tracked the ogre to the mirror. That's where I found a share's head.
I know, it's awful.
It's how I want to go.
Of course it is.
We don't have much time. Midgard is ready, Beowulf. I've been waiting for the right opportunity to attack, but now that you're here, you better act fast.
Wait, Gunborg, let's get out of here.
Why?
You, me, the bard, we should all get out of here and go somewhere else.
What do you suggest we do?
I don't know. We can go somewhere where there aren't any ogres, no stupid swords, no tennis courts or overbearing fathers. A place where death isn't going to come screaming through the front door at us.
But this is my destiny, Beowulf. I have to do this.
Can't you find another destiny that doesn't involve a violent death?
Why are you saying this right now? You're supposed to help me kill Grendel's mother first. You're a hero. Courage, honor, and loyalty, remember? You're the chosen one.
That's another thing, Gunborg. I'm not the chosen one.
Of course you are. You killed Grendel.
No, I didn't. He died from a peanut allergy. I practically begged you not to kill me.
Ha! I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! I knew he couldn't have killed him. I knew it.
Seriously, Comfort. Shh, be quiet.
You lied to me?
No, I just didn't tell you the full truth.
That's the same thing.
I didn't want you to think less of me.
You mean less than what I think of you right now?
Ow! Seriously, zip it.
You led us to believe that you were a great warrior sent by the gods to kill the ogre. You lied to us.
Yeah, what did you want me to do? Try to kill the ogre and die like the other 4,411 warriors?
4,412.
Whatever, they were fools.
You may think they were fools, but at least they weren't cowards.
Dang, that's cold. Seriously, Albert, I have had enough of you. It is time for a bar beatdown. Bring it back.
Stop it! Both of you! I see now you don't think I belong either. You think I'm just some silly girl planting with a sword like all the rest of them.
No, Gunborg.
You know what? That's fine. Think whatever you want, but I'm gonna show you and everyone, including my father, that I belong. Are you coming up, Barrett?
Huh?
We need to show some people the days of Vega.
Of course. Can't let a woman fight alone.
What did you say?
I said lead the way.
Beowulf. Sing well, Bard.
Beowulf, stop. You can't go into that cave. Because you're going to die if you do. And, well, I know there was a time when I didn't care what happened to you.
Like 5 minutes ago.
But a lot has changed since then. Now I'm telling you, you shouldn't go into that cave. Because you're going to die, and I don't want that to happen to you. Because, well, I realize that you're my friend.
Friend? But what about your epic?
Ah, I have my epic. I can just make up my own ending. One where you defeat Grendel's mother all by yourself.
But don't you see, I have to help Gunborg. I have honor. I'm loyal. And for once, I have the courage.
But you all might die.
And that's exactly why I need to go.
I don't see her. Let's go home.
Hold on, Unfair. I'm here to fulfill my destiny. I'm not leaving. Oh. By Balder's spear.
Not leaving until what, my puppet?
Until I defeated the ogre and saved the hall. You're very frightening.
Do I smell the blood of my son on your hands?
No, it wasn't us. It was the other guy.
If it's blood you smell, then it's the blood of our kinsman that your son killed. And we will have our revenge.
Vengeance shall be mine. I can smell your fear. You do not want to fight me.
We will never be afraid as long as we hold Midgard and Hrunting in our hands. As long as we are united, victory shall be ours. Right, Unferth? Unferth, what are you doing?
I'm sorry.
I can't fight this creature alone. I
can't.
Unferth!
The Dane has chosen to live.
The Dane has chosen to die free, but I am no coward.
Gunborg! Unfair, what are you doing? Get in there and help her!
I don't want to get hurt.
Beowulf, now's your chance to attack!
Yeah! That didn't work! Where'd you get that sword anyway?
It was on the clearance rack!
Yeah! What in hell? No, Gunborg!
Club and sword, they serve to ward, with a clash and clang and thud. Though the blow struck true, the weapons drew no chunks of flesh nor blood. Did you hear that, Beowulf?
That was great, now shut up and help me.
Did our hero stumble, with weapon bumble? A vicious thrust she staved him, expecting death, his final breath. But an armored chest piece saved him.
You're distracting me.
This mortal brush, it changed the thrust of Beowulf's attack. He dug deep inside to find his pride, and he drove the monster back.
Gunborg, the sword!
They're alive!
And the ogre's mother?
She must be dead!
Oh, are you all right?
It's nothing, Father. Nothing more than a story to tell.
You did it, my boy.
Actually, your daughter was the one who helped kill Grendel, and it was Gunborg who delivered the killing blow.
Gunborg? My princess?
I've been telling you I've been ready for years, Father.
Do you hear that? My daughter's been telling me she's been ready for years. Oh, my sweet, brave daughter. For your courage and bravery, you shall take a share's place as my advisor. You shall also be my first in command.
Woo!
And where is Unfair?
Oh, he ran away and hid during the battle, my lord.
I knew that village dandy was a wimp. I decree that all construction on the concession stand will cease immediately. No more talk of sweets, cakes, or festive nuts. From now on, everyone can bring their own coolers. And you, Beowulf, thanks to you and Gunborg, the monster has been vanquished, and a share has been properly avenged. We can live in peace again.
Oh, yeah, peace.
And Bard, will you sing a tale of their bravery?
Composing the verses as we speak, my lord.
Excellent. My friends, let us celebrate the passing of friends and our victory with a feast. Come, everyone.
I believe this belongs to you.
Keep it, Beowulf.
No, a hero needs a sword, and that's why you should have it.
You're leaving now, aren't you?
You know me, always looking for adventure. Maybe there's a dragon out there for me to fight. But right now, I just want to go home.
Then Godspeed, Beowulf, and safe travels. And the next time I charge into battle, your name will be my battle cry.
I don't know why. That's incredibly sweet of you to say.
So that's it then.
That's it.
You're a hero now.
I guess so.
No feasts, no high fives, no bequeathing of fabulous treasures or gifts.
No, honestly, I'm beat. I just want to go home.
I'll make a note to add that stuff to my epic later on.
Oh, how's that going, by the way?
It's going well. I have the first draft roughly outlined in my head. I'll need to change a few things, make it more dramatic, but the story definitely has legs.
Do you have a title?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it simple. Just gonna call it Beowulf.
That's great.
Where did you park the boat anyway?
Oh, it's in the harbor, where the Whitestone. I hope we didn't get towed. Do you mind bringing the luggage?
Oh yeah, no problem. Oh, Beowulf, courage, honor, loyalty. You did it.
Courage, honor, loyalty. Yeah, yes I did.
Hold on.
Why are you stopping there? You can't be done.
You built up the romance and that's it?
Well, yeah. You said you wanted a tale of action, excitement, and danger.
Well, yeah.
Of course we did.
The more blood, the better. But there wasn't even a goodbye kiss.
Well, not in this version of the tale, but what Beowulf did with to shove, deep down, he really was a hero.
Well, that's something at least.
Is the real Beowulf still around?
Maybe. When we returned to Geatland, his father released me from my servitude. I haven't spoken to him since, although we do exchange the occasional Christmas card now and then. I heard he became an adventurer. I also heard he became king. I also heard he returned to Denmark to marry Gumborg. It all depends on what version of the story you prefer.
I prefer option number 3. I've always loved a good romance.
Well, then have I got the story for you. Have you ever heard my rendition of the Saga of Britton?
No, I don't believe I have.
Well, it starts with our hero Sigrid defeating a dragon and then riding into a ring of fire to discover a sleeping princess.
A princess. What happens next?
Well, I would say, but you see, my throat's rather sore, and I'm feeling a bit faint.